lot of the conditions are very different than we have in the United States. Some don't have electricity, some have dirt floors. We're here on the ground in Honduras and just have had a great opportunity to serve some of the local communities. There's a group of about 15 of us that came on this trip. Most of us work together. A few of us brought our children so they could experience this as well. Some of the other work that we've been able to do, building houses using adobe bricks, so kind of interesting, something you don't see in the United States. It was a little too much for us to do in one trip, but we were able to contribute to the building of the church, and it was a cinder block structure. We take the sand and load it up in wheelbarrows and throw the concrete mix and pour the water in, and of course they have techniques that they show us how to do where you just create a little volcano and mix up the concrete and literally just hauling buckets of concrete and cinder blocks up the side of a wall. Probably the most interesting story is why the church is even there. There used to not be a church in the community, and they would have to walk 2 kilometers each way just to attend church. One of the teenage girls on the way to church one day just said, "Why don't we have a church? Why don't we build one?" And it was just one of those things where I was talking to one of the leaders, and they're like, "We can't not build this church. We need to build this church." So we've been able to go out to this community and meet the family. And the neatest thing is that the pastor of this church is the young girl, 17 years old, I believe, who came up with the idea that they should have a church in their community. And so a really neat story, great opportunity to get involved there.
We're here with the Wood Group in a little town called Comayagua in Honduras. We're here working with the school here, doing some VBS, working with the kids and installing wiring. They've never had electricity in this building, and also playing some games and installing latrines. They have bathrooms.
They are incredibly grateful. They don't get a lot of extras very often, so we rolled in there with games and crafts and Bible stories and skits, and just had a great time. Smiles all over their faces, and just a really good chance to reach out and not only just see what other people in the world live like, but also just to serve and minister to them. And so that was a lot of fun, great opportunity. We went back one of the nights, I guess it was the second night, and did a family night, and that was almost like a vacation Bible school for the families, for adults. And we were trying to just encourage them to spend time on relationships with their families, more so than just being in the same room, but doing things like playing games together, sharing stories together, forgiveness when family members wrong one another, and just some of those things that help families grow together and move on beyond beyond small conflicts and things of that nature.
We are here at a house installing a water filter. Well, clean drinking water can change their entire lives. Most of the time the weeks are spent hauling clean water back and forth, many times carrying buckets on their head or shoulder, however they prefer to carry, but it just enables them to do the things we get to do and take for granted.